This is the Epic Podcast because sometimes fuck it
just fits.
Just fits.
Fuck it.
Fuck it. Recording.
Ciao.
Hey guys.
What's going on?
Episode 3
is underway.
So, story time is going to be
I can't.
Unique today because we're going to use a real life scenario that happened just right now. So as I told you guys, we record at Star's house because he has all the things in a quiet house with no kids. So as we go to record on the normal device that we utilize to record, it decides to die.
Like, okay. So, granted, we've had this Mac computer, Apple, I'm on your ass. We've had this Apple computer since about 2011. Granted, we've never turned the screen off since it's arrived in 2011.
So basically, the computer said, bitch, I'm tired. I'm motherfucking tired.
Because we've been plugging in mics and editing a podcast. They just like, oh, really?
So I know with Windows, I've never owned a Mac besides my cell phone. I know with Windows, you have to, after a while, it's going to tell you like, yo, restart me. Like, girl, I need a nap. So Apple never reminds you to at least do a restart?
I don't think it's not supposed to go out.
Well, Star, I think it's time to Boys to Me and your Mac.
But then
definitely at the end of the road.
I don't know. A lot of people will be scared here. And I don't think that that's the case.
Here's the thing.
The case is
Apple
we
is very
also
selfish.
But we put the plugged in the shit to the other two Macs. We plugged it into the other two Mac computers, and the mic didn't record. So, I don't know. Amazon, we on your ass.
Apple,
we on your ass.
Stop making us update our shit every 2 days. We're tired of it. We don't have the money. We can't afford it. Leave us alone. Period. Like, Apple will definitely make you update your shit every time they come out with something new. And y'all done had this computer. I don't even think the screens look like that anymore.
The screens do still look like that. First of all, it is not no thick ass box shaped Macintosh or something. This is a flat screen, only inside, everything's inside the screen Mac.
Okay, so
2011. We got it in 2011.
Okay, so you say flat screen. Remember when flat screens first came out and they was like flat in the front but bubbled in the back? Basically.
Mac makes the screens thinner. They do. Mm-hmm. However, a 2011 to 11 years, it should still be going on. Because if I go with my aunt house, she do got a fat ass Macintosh, and that motherfucker is still working.
She got MS-DOS.
But she
you remember when he used to take you to another screen?
She probably actually turned it off.
Well, it's fine. We're going to make it do what it do. Thank God we have other devices such as our phone, and it is what it is. So,
shout out to Apple for making it work on our phone, though.
Shout out to Apple for making it work on our phone.
Because we're only having Apple products.
We're never getting rid of Apple devices, and that's on that. So they have mind warped us, and when the new phone comes out, I'm probably going to get it. It's fine.
Y'all owe me.
They definitely owe you, but they're never going to pay you, and you're going to keep upgrading your phone and your devices until they say you can't. So today's topics on the buzz. There's quite a few. A lot of things have happened over this last time we've came together and recorded this podcast, and some things are just the normal politics. We're in the political season. I don't think we have to touch on that anymore. Y'all know what's going on, and y'all can figure it out what's going on from that. But this buzz is mine. The first one is mine, and I got to get into it because I'm getting sick and tired. So backstory, I have been trying to really work on my health and fitness. I'm not dieting. I'm actually actively drinking a glass of wine. But like I've been going to the gym at least 2 to 3 times a week. So I've really been trying to update my fitness and be cautious. But let me tell you what we not gonna do. Kentucky Fried Chicken or KFC, y'all can't even call each other. They don't even call themselves Kentucky Fried Chicken no more because they selling bullshit. These donuts with this chicken is triggering me. The fact that y'all are selling glazed donuts with chicken strips, I can't.
And if I see any one of y'all high cholesterol having, hypertension, borderline diabetic, overweight, don't exercise ass people purchasing a fucking glazed tender sandwich, I'm gonna slap. You remember when you used to do back in the day? I don't know if this was everywhere, but in Texas, if you used to have food in your hand
and you slap it out
and you slap it at the hand, you'd be like spondu.
No.
And we used to
spondu. What does that
like
mean?
We will pop it out your hand. I don't know.
That sounds like Star Trek.
Maybe some Texas shit. I don't know. Or yeah, like that's what we used to say. And then we used to make people drop their food. And of course, you better know how to run because.
But what does fondue mean?
I don't know. It's what the fuck. I really the fuck.
What fondue means is, do you have money to replace my food?
Whereas fondue is, you should have held on tight to that motherfucking food.
No, what fondue is, my mama finna beat you up.
Well,
because she just made that house hamburger because we had food at home.
Oh, you talking about that burger that is real thick and the sandwich bread is real tall on top of it.
Exactly.
Fondue that motherfucker. You better hold on.
No, because I'm eating the spaghetti my mama said we had in the refrigerator. You didn't snatch it out of my hand. But
so we used to do that shit. I'm gonna pop that motherfucker out of your hand if I see anybody. I don't care if you're a skinny white girl who goes to Pilates 4 times a week. You better not eat that shit either. Like, cut it out. If you are Latina in Espanol, you better not eat it. No comida.
I'm convinced that KFC, first of all, you know they no longer call this Kentucky Fried Chicken because they probably selling y'all duck feet at this point. But KFC is trying to kill us. Like, single-handedly, I thought it was McDonald's, but I'm finding out it's KFC. You remember when they had that sandwich that was... the sandwich was 2 pieces of meat as the bread with the bacon in it? You ate it, didn't you?
So...
Baby, I'm not eating no chicken bread.
So good. I ate it one time because I was like, I have to see, because you know I'm a vegan. And if you guys don't know what a vegan is, it's like a vegan who only eats vegetables. I'm a vegan, so I'm 90% meat. So I had to have
You're
what?
90%
a sandwich.
You're 90% go to the doctor ASAP.
But my cholesterol level is fine. I'm on the keto. I already knew I was on the keto all of my life. Y'all got a whole diet out there now.
No. My black ass ain't got no keto diet, okay? Grandmama been cooking with pork fat and cheese forever. Y'all call me keto, I call it Auntie June.
When I call myself a vegan that I only eat, you need to eat the vegetables. But y'all got a whole diet.
My Auntie June been eating that. She been eating turkey necks and fat bags and cheese.
Well, me too. It's only $1, B. Like, I'm eating the meat, so I had to taste the sandwich that was
had
a piece of meat.
2 chicken breasts as bread.
Yeah.
With bacon and cheese.
Ooh, it was so good. I only did it one time.
Okay, how do you hold it?
Like a sandwich.
So you had greasy chicken in between because the bread is absorbed.
It comes in.
You're stroking out. He's like he's stroking out like because he's full of meat and clogged arteries and cheese.
But you know what? It was really good. But I'm not gonna eat this motherfucker. It's 1,100 calories. So if you are trying,
that's our daily intake.
It's literally it's like 55%.
Oh my God.
If you're on a 2,000 calorie diet,
then you could
which
eat
is a
this
lot. and
this.
some almonds.
And some almonds and water, and you're done.
It has 65 grams of fat. It has
65
grams of fat.
KFC is out for us. KFC is trying to
I think we got a
us.
class action for we got class action. This is attempted murder.
This is definitely attempted. My husband was so excited when this. I said, if you try this, let's update the wheel today because
while we're in the drive-thru.
While we're in the drive-thru, because
do we have an instant wheel update?
Because baby, you finna leave me with 2 kids
immediately after eating
as
this.
soon as you bite it, you're going to the upper room.
It has 1,310 milligrams of sodium.
So my feet gonna swell as soon as I smell it.
As soon as they hand you the bag.
Your feet
You want
like,
any sausage? I just watched that the other day. Yes, your foot is going to explode.
I just had a vision of Professor Clump and your feet exploding from the shoes as soon as you get the bag. Girl,
and then they have the nerve to offer it as a donut combo.
Wait.
In several basket options.
Wait. That's not the meal? So you telling me, I get a donut, 2 donuts, a piece of chicken, and a side of fries?
So.
And a drink?
Wedges.
And extra donuts?
Mashed potato.
And a side of glaze.
You're dying. And a side of death.
Oh my God.
With bone-in chicken.
How would you eat the donuts with... So wait, you can get a 2-piece wing with a side of donut, or you can make it a sandwich and make a boneless...
I think they put a bone...
I'm literally in tears.
Chicken breast.
From laughter and from disappointment. Oh my God.
Between the donut.
The fact that KFC... this is what I, literally picture this. This is what I picture. Them in the boardroom. And they're like, what's the next big thing for us to put out as far as what people need to eat? And they're like...
People love donuts.
I got it. Let's see if Krispy Kreme will donate some glaze.
It's probably... And you know what?
Is it Krispy Kreme donuts? They didn't say.
I don't know if it is Krispy Kreme, but I will say that I know a company.
Do you now?
Who is a worldwide global bakery company who makes icing.
So that said company may be contributing to the death of millions. Perfect.
I'm not for certain.
It's not like someone works there or anything.
I don't know, but if we could run into someone who does work there, perhaps we could have an answer.
I'm not for it. You know what? I don't eat a lot of fast food, but I eat enough. I'm a Chick-fil-A person. I like my Chick-fil-A. You can give me any combo on the menu, it's getting eaten. From the salads to the strips to the nuggets. If Chick-fil-A came out and said, we're actually going to serve the 3-piece strip with a side of donut glaze, I'm boycotting. You thought the gays was boycott? I'm boycotting. Period. Because it's unhealthy. It's unnecessary.
Well, let's just double check that Chick-fil-A fucking sandwich and see.
Oh, I know it's full of calories.
But we gonna just see how many, because if it's close to it.
But trick me though.
Okay, so it's only 440 calories.
Right.
17 grams of fat though. 29 grams of protein.
I
don't see any.
Actually,
I don't see
the grilled one is probably worse because it's grilled and it's probably full of sodium. But
well, you can get it with extra crispy tenders and a donut on the side. So
wait. Meaning the side is extra crispy tenders? Wow. KFC is out to get y'all. Y'all can be fooled if you want to. You can definitely go to KFC and you can order these things, but please reach out to your lawyer, create your will, and ensure that your loved ones know where your money is going, because you're absolutely not making it out of that alive, or at least not with swollen ankles.
I got a class action, and I'm gonna see if we can do that, because I think we got a little case here, because this is contributing to just too many.
It's contributing to the obesity in America, period, and that's on that. What's next on the docket? I don't want to talk about it anymore. I'm actually getting sodium foot swole just thinking about it.
Just thinking about it. So I saw this headline, right? From Delta Airlines.
Okay.
Saying that it is their expectation for the passengers to ask the people behind them if they can recline.
Was it their expectation to help me pay for the fucking ticket?
Exactly. I pay for this recline. What are you talking about?
Are the planes not designed to accommodate recline?
I would think that the planes used to be accommodated to the recline, but nowadays...
So why do I need to ask?
It seems as if the recline goes down into someone's space now, and they don't have as much room. But I'm not asking nobody if I could recline. What if they say no?
Then what? Do I still recline?
Of course. Oh, okay. Well, I was trying to just follow the bylaws, but I'm still going to recline.
So I've had people...
Or are we about to fight in the air?
I'm very tall, and I've had people... I'm 6'2". I've had people recline on me. And, you know, of course, some planes that you get on, it is a little bit like, okay.
Spirit.
Well, maybe. But... I actually never been on a Spirit flight. So
I have. They'll get you there fast now.
I've actually only flown on Delta.
So you need to just purchase your seat in the front few rows. They have bigger, larger, more plush seats in the front.
They do.
It's only a few more dollars. Just go ahead and splurge for it, or splurge for the exit row. Oh, it's a great experience.
It is.
But they get you there much faster.
And generally, I do either have Comfort Plus, and I'm not rich, y'all.
Cut the check.
Yeah, I'm not rich. But generally, I have someone in my family who works for Delta that affords me to fly for free. I'm not going to say who, because y'all going to look him up. But I usually look up and get Comfort Plus, the extra row, and things like that accommodate my height. But sometimes I have sat in the very back of the plane and somebody has reclined on me. And it does take you aback depending on how you're sitting up in your seat. But never in my mind have I thought, how dare they? Like,
it come with the ticket.
It come with the ticket.
If my seat reclines when I press the button, that means that all that space is what I paid for. So I don't even understand where it would even be a question if I was going to recline.
Right.
I'm going to recline as soon as we take off.
And she tells me I can't.
And she goes, oh, that's supposed to tell you?
Well, I think when you get to a certain altitude, you're not supposed to recline until you get to a certain altitude.
I thought just on the takeoff, you're not supposed to recline.
I think that's the same difference. Like, when you get to a certain point in the flight.
Oh, well, I just thought it was when you're getting off of the ground. So once we're like in the air and we're at a descent, I recline with the descent.
Well, let me say this. I don't
ascent.
think the flight attendants are going around slapping hands if you do that.
They're strapped in. They don't know.
Yeah, they would not know if you reclined as soon as the plane, like, gets the wheels going. However, I think they suggest that you don't recline until you're at a certain altitude because of the turbulence. If you're reclined and there is turbulence, then I think it's just like, I don't know, you mean shake out your chair? I don't know. I'm not a flight attendant. Maybe one of my flight attendant friends can tell me what the real situation is. However,
I think if you're going to shake out of your chair from turbulence, you're going to shake out of
I'm going to shake out my chair because I hate turbulence. But I've actually, on our honeymoon, my husband and I, we actually, because we had to sit in the very back of the plane, and the very back of the plane actually doesn't have a recline. So imagine you getting reclined on and not able to recline as well.
Oh.
So but still I wasn't mad. I mean, first I was happy because I was on my honeymoon, but I wasn't angry. I wasn't upset. So I just don't understand why people get so mad and upset that someone has decided to recline, like the airplane didn't do that. They're like they broke the chair or something.
Right.
Like they forced the chair back into your lap.
And I wish somebody would say, "Excuse me, can you unrecline your chair? I cannot."
The planes are designed with, I'm guessing,
cheap ass America.
Planes are designed, supposedly designed, so that everybody has the same space, at least for what they pay for. Now, I don't know, you might pay for economy, baby. You're going to get economy space.
And you would think that with the prices as high as they are now, the planes would be more accommodating with more space and room. But nope, you found a way to charge more, go faster, get there quicker, and you charge me for my luggage, charge me for a carry-on in some cases, charge me to breathe.
Well, that's
charge
Spirit.
me food.
That's Spirit.
No, it's other places too. It's not just Spirit that actually charges you for your carry-on now. No.
Oh.
Because they see that Spirit does it and they're getting away with it. Right. So if I do it as well, and then if you think about it, Spirit's prices aren't really that much lower than some of the others that are starting to make you pay for it. So I think Frontier makes you pay for a carry-on. And
I think that's why I've never flown Spirit or Frontier, because I think I went to book a ticket that was like $40, right? And I'm like, ooh, $40 to XYZ. And then when you start going through the options, it's like, pay for your seat, an extra $20. Pay to lick the ice. I'm like, okay, wait. Y'all are charging me to sip a drink?
Yep.
Like, by the time I got to the end, I'm like, so basically, I went from $40 to $200.
Exactly, and that's how it's
and I could have just bought a Delta ticket that is all inclusive. So
next they're gonna start putting quarter slots on the air thing,
and the bathroom. So y'all can't even eat.
You didn't pay for that flush.
Well, listen. All I can say is I'm definitely never going to ask someone not to recline their seat, because if someone asks me not to recline my seat, I'm either going to A, ignore them, or B, we're going to square up.
And if it's too close, I'm just going to lean forward on it, so like it's where I can lay.
Well, listen.
You know what grinds my gears about being on an airplane?
What, the germs? Because that's what.
Other than the germs, that really grinds my gears, which is a great segue into our next topic.
It is.
But I hate when people fall asleep before the plane take off. Like, you are not that motherfucking tired.
I don't know why that was so funny, but that actually intrigues me. Girl, is this a connecting flight?
Like, people are
what if it's a connecting flight?
Like, I don't care. People are, no, because they make you get off if you gotta get back on.
Girl, listen to the announcement.
Like, the announcements are on. People are still slamming down the overhead beam.
And now Jenny's in the corner cozy.
Right. And then people are like, excuse me, I sit there. And then you're one of the ones that fell asleep and and you in the middle. Like, come on, we're not even, I can't stand people that can go to sleep that easy. I think I'm just jealous because I can't
I was like,
sleep.
are you just mad because they can go to sleep?
I can't sleep that easily.
No, it always intrigues
annoying.
me when people are like dead sleep, like.
Really?
And we haven't even got like cruising altitude.
And then they hear the sound outside the window. Because they still loading the luggage in on the bottom. You don't even know if the gears are gonna work. They ain't even told
What if they tell us to get off the plane?
To get off the plane and you already asleep.
You got your shoes off.
Ooh, I'll be so mad. I just be like, ah. And every single time, it's always been somebody who has been sitting behind me.
Who's already asleep?
Who's already fallen asleep. So this last time, somebody did two of the most things that I hate.
Okay.
Fell asleep.
Uh-huh.
And then started coughing in her motherfucking sleep.
Oh.
So you know that meant she wasn't covering her mouth.
Oh.
And I believe the coronavirus had just started. This was when we were coming back from the funeral in January.
Uh-huh.
And the coronavirus had just started that Tuesday.
So she's the one affected, the whole country.
And she was behind me, and she was like... And I was like...
People who cough open, like, first of all, this is such a tangent because this has nothing to do. When you cough, you're supposed to cough into the crease of your elbow. Mm-hmm. Me covering my mouth with my fingers spread wide open, that's how children cough. I'm like, Okay, you're not doing anything. You're supposed to cough into like the cup of your elbow to like really alleviate germs spreading. And people never do that. I rarely see people go like in their elbow. It's always like an open hand, like, girl.
I do.
You still spit on me.
I actually cough into unless it just comes out of nowhere. Sometimes you got those coughs.
At least do a cough.
But I do it in the crease of my elbow
because that's appropriate.
Because my cancer germaphobe best friend told me, you know, that you're supposed to cough into.
Yeah, that's how you alleviate the spread of germs.
But I never heard that my entire life.
My teacher taught me that in like 3rd grade.
Well, they didn't teach me that.
Wow.
I don't think anybody. I don't remember being taught that. And if it was, perhaps it was early in the morning, and that was the first of the period of the class, and I didn't make it because I just don't make it up.
In 3rd grade, you were skipping?
I skipped in 3rd grade.
Oh wow!
The school started too early. It's just too early. Why does the world?
You're 9.
Why does the world have to start that early?
Wow.
It really doesn't matter. But
segue into the next
coronavirus. So you know,
not to be associated with the Corona beer.
Please, what did you see where they said that the sales are declining for Corona?
Well, are they on sale? Because I love Coronas with the little line.
Why?
Put them on sale, Kroger.
Kroger, put them on sale. We will buy them up,
baby. I'll buy the big cardboard box if they on sale.
That's the only one that I buy.
Put them for 2 for $11.
2 for $11. Oh my God! I'm gonna have a
Cinco de Mayo coming up. I'll save it for that.
I'm gonna trade out my wash and dry in the room and then put in nothing but boxes of Corona if they gonna do
Cinco de Mayo's in a few months. So let me stock up on Corona, okay? I have no problem.
Now they're gonna have to. We're gonna go to all of the places they're gonna be selling that Tecate.
No, we don't want Modelo. We want Corona or Corona.
Corona Light.
Don't sell me no Modelo. Look at Modelo Rita.
Wow. Blue Moon. It was a conspiracy that Blue Moon set up to bring the bullshit.
It was a conspiracy that Todd set up and it bought the bullshit. So here's the thing with coronavirus. Okay, we have a friend who's a nurse and she is like, it's serious, right? And I believe everything. But so was SARS.
Serious, guys. Please stop pretending that because you are black that you cannot get it.
Because that's a myth.
We're going to touch on that, though.
So, y'all, first of all, you got to stop just reading social media for your informant news.
Like, please.
The Shade Room doesn't know.
They don't
all
know.
The things. No shade to the Shade Room because we love you, but like
y'all
also,
don't know all the shit.
Shade Room, Baller, Hollywood, whatever. Y'all don't know all the things. You need to go to the CDC's website.
Who lives here and ain't trying to tell you
what's going on.
Why is it that everybody will go to the Shade Room and everything? You know the CDC has a social media.
Right.
And they're actually posting this stuff.
They're posting updates all the time.
Turn on your alerts.
And you can learn all the things they're telling you not to do to avoid the virus. Because now it's cases here in America. No one has died.
It was a death. No.
Oh, it was a death?
Yes. In Seattle.
I thought she was in
It
Texas.
was the first death. Nope. First coronavirus death that just happened. And now it's serious, guys.
Listen, but it is serious, but
4 more die in Seattle, Washington.
Well, did she just not? Seattle's really
4 more people. That rises the death toll to 6
in the U.S.
In Seattle.
In Seattle, period.
In Seattle. And we don't know where those 6 motherfuckers went.
Right.
And who else got it. And then they were trying to say, 80% of the people live. 80%?
That's
20%. So 20% of people could possibly
here's the
die.
thing. I'm not going to say like I'm scared. I think we've had so many over the years that I've been alive. There's been so many things like we were scared like this when SARS came out. We were scared like this when the bird flu, when Ebola. You remember when Ebola came out? Everybody was like, a lot.
Ebola came back.
Right,
but Ebola really came back though.
Right, but I'm saying like we've had so many Y2K. Like we've had so many things that alert us like. So one of my co-workers or people I work with said, she said, I bought several cases of water because they've told people to stay in their houses for up to 6 weeks. I can't physically do, like, you can't physically do that. You can't physically, I don't care how much water and bread and eggs, they're going to start to perish.
Right.
Things perish.
It's going to go bad.
Unless you eat canned
you got to
foods.
freeze it. You got to have a deep freezer. And we
No,
do
I mean,
not all have deep freezers.
Bread doesn't last 6 weeks.
Like,
It's gonna-
unless you freeze it.
Bread, even if you freeze it, does
No,
not.
you can freeze bread.
Either way, I'm not freezing
My
no damn
grandmother
bread.
used to freeze bread.
My mama still freeze bread.
Yeah.
I think my mama still got her birthday cake from last year frozen.
Okay, now there's no reason to freeze your birthday cake from last year because you're gonna get another birthday cake.
She doesn't know that. Also, I think, this is another sidebar. I think, with all due love and respect to my black queens, aunties, and mamas, I think black women think freezing is the only way to preserve. Like,
I don't
literally,
think
I know
that's
women who put,
black-
like, cookies and, like, put this in the freezer. Like, girl, I'm not putting this wine in the freezer.
So it's not gonna preserve it?
I have no idea, but I'm not putting everything
I'm totally into cryogenics.
I'm not putting everything that I've consumed into the freezer. Like, it's not, because at the end of the day, even if it preserves it, guess what also happens? Freezer burn.
And then I'm gonna get the coronavirus because I don't
No, you're not gonna get the
Because I done
coronavirus.
froze the
But
coronavirus because from the last bitch that coughed over the food that we tried to
No.
put in the freezer.
You're gonna get freeze burn and the shit ain't gonna have no flavor. That's what you're gonna get.
Just throw some more pepper and Lowry's on it.
Oh my God.
And put a little hot sauce.
Guys, I will tell you the best way to, at your best, to alleviate this coronavirus is to wash your hands.
Number 1.
What you should have been doing.
Number 2, cough in the nape of your elbow.
If you don't know, that's the
in
crease.
case you got it. So can I just be completely transparent? Every time someone has coughed lately around me, I just be like, Rona.
So here's what bothers me is that I know a person who is Korean. Like, I'm not trying to be racist or anything.
Yes.
She's like, I'm not going around other Koreans and she's Korean, like Korean broken English Korean. He's like, I'm not going around other Koreans because I'm not going to she hasn't gone to the Korean markets that she usually goes to. She hasn't got her haircut with the
Because
Koreans.
people are on
she
those
was like,
flights.
because they go back and forth, and I'm
Yep.
scared. So that's what made me nervous. I was like, okay, she's actually like, girl, no. But she also said, like, a lot of this stuff that comes out of China, like, or comes out of an Asian country, can be alleviated by just washing your hands, sanitizing, ensuring that you're disinfecting, ensuring that you're doing things.
Stop being nasty.
Stop
Like,
being
wash your
nasty.
hands.
Wash your
Wash
hands.
your hands. Do not just wash your hands once a day. You
You
touch.
should be washing your hands every time that you do anything and everything.
I feel like you should at least wash your hands 5 times a day.
5.
At least.
True. I wash my hands a lot. I work in a profession where I touch people.
Yes.
I wash my hands a lot. Like, to the point where I have to over moisturize because my hands are so dry because I wash. Like, I wash my hands a lot. And I feel like that's a lot of why, like, the flu went around so bad this year. Because
That's why the flu is probably about to stop going around, is because for some fucking reason, people are so scared of the coronavirus, but not as scared of the flu, which is far more deadly than the coronavirus. Y'all, you should be already washing your hands because it's flu
the
season
flu went around
anyway.
really bad this.
That
My whole family had.
That's worse than the coronavirus. You're more than likely to get the flu from somebody
And die.
than the coronavirus and die. So it doesn't make any sense, guys. You have even in between hand sanitizer.
So here's
wash
the thing
your
about
hands.
hand sanitizer. Hand sanitizing is for a temporary fix. You should only be doing that to hit it real quick. Hand sanitizing is not soap and water.
To me, hand sanitizer is after you've washed your hands with antibacterial soap, then you put some hand sanitizer on your hands after you wash your hands because you done touched something to get out the motherfucking bathroom. So have you some hand sanitizer.
Hand sanitizer is liquid or jelly Lysol. Like, you need to do the vigorous motion of, like, putting soap between your fingers.
For at least 30 seconds.
For at least 20 to 30 seconds.
I know it says 20, but I say 30 because y'all gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Count to 30 because you don't even know how to count a second. So it's just about keeping up with your daily hygiene, washing your legs.
Okay. Wash your body.
Like, wash your body. Like, wash your hands. Do that. Stop touching things and then putting them in your face and stuff right now. Cause ain't no masks for y'all.
Masks?
They're on back order.
Well, not mine, because I just ordered because I'm flying in a couple weeks.
But when your mask coming?
The 9th
of
March.
It's on back order.
I'm sure, but I've got the fabric mask. Don't get the paper ones.
But you got, normally, if you would have ordered that mask, it would have been here the next day.
You're right.
It is on back order. When did you order it?
A few days ago.
The 9th. It's 2 weeks for you to get a fucking mask.
You're right.
Because they sent them all to China because 3/4 of the world is in the country.
Also, everything is made in China, y'all. So so I'm in an industry where I deal with clothing that comes from China, and people are like, "Do your clothes come from China?" I said, "Everything comes from China." So like, you can't be nervous about things like that because literally the phone I'm using, the microphone that we're using, everything comes from China. So I think right now is not the time to nitpick of what we can order and what we can't order. You really have to be concerned about your hygiene and your health around you. Like, especially if you have babies. Like, my son goes to daycare. I'm disinfecting his
like
toys.
Like a hazmat, you need to install one of those things with those sprays when you walk through.
So I need to send my baby to school today.
Just send him on.
No.
He would love it.
They disinfect.
Just tell him he an astronaut.
They disinfect nightly at his school, period, because that's what you should do because kids are gross. Kids have had the coronavirus for years. They have hand, foot, and mouth that is running rapid through the daycare.
We still don't know what coronavirus these kids have because
every parent that I am talking to right now, every parent that hears my voice right now knows what hand, foot, and mouth disease is because through the daycares it runs rapid like FloJo. Like it's FloJo at that point. So wash your hands. And also disinfect your area, and hopefully you'll be fine.
I'm glad you said about your products, though, coming from China. So we got this little gift at my job, and it was a pen, and on the package it said, made in China. I was like, when did they package that? And it's that serious that people are thinking like that, but
a lot of factories are now not even able to ship out so you're not getting things that are currently within the realm of where it can. And here's the thing, y'all. Let me say this.
Hold on, wait, because I see you finna go somewhere else.
No, I'm not. I'm just gonna say this.
No.
You can't get coronavirus from packaging.
But guess what?
What?
They've made us believe it. And perception is the truth. Because I saw a headline today that said coronavirus could be the end of China as a global manufacturing hub. When I tell you, this might get us shut down. But when I tell you that the powers that be are smart about that chemical warfare, because China's economy is number one in the world.
Now we're conspiracy theorists.
And I'm not conspiracy theorist, but if you really think about it though, there are a lot of truths to several conspiracies because how do you stop a country that has 2/3 of the world's population?
You get them.
They have the manpower, they have the technology, and they found a way to do it all by paying cheap wages to everybody. And charging people a lot of money to send their cheap products.
I mean, it makes sense.
So how else do you stop them? And I'm not saying that it's true. I'm not saying that it's true, but it makes sense. Definitely makes sense that how do you stop China? Because you know that they wasn't finna. Man, Trump talking about they signed that dang on agreement to pay all of those tariffs. They're not paying the tariffs. Because how tariffs work are the business owners have to pay them in hopes to get it back somehow. And it's not even going to work. They're not going to pay that. You're already in debt to us. You think I'm going to pay something? Okay, wait on it. What are you going to do? Are you going to stop shipping all of your stuff to your country? Well, guess what? A lot of stuff you need ships to your country. So what are you going to do? Oh, we're going to send $4 billion worth of beef to Japan. $4 billion?
That sounds like a lot.
That isn't a lot. $4 billion, one person in this country has that.
Right.
And you think that's a great global trading? So
that makes a lot of sense.
It
but
does.
I just want us as like human beings to realize that we don't have to turn this virus epidemic, because again, this happens every other year. We don't have to turn this virus epidemic into something that makes us racist. And we don't have to turn this virus epidemic to something that has us so scared to live, because like the media has portrayed this.
Yes.
Because at the end of the day, you cannot it's very unlikely you can get the coronavirus from something you received on Amazon.
Exactly.
So you really have to be like smart about the things, how you go about it. But I promise you, if you just do this one thing, you will lower your chances. If you just wash your hands more frequently than you do right now, then you will alleviate not only the coronavirus, but a cold, a flu,
other germs,
nasty shit.
All of that.
All of it.
Pink eye.
Pink eye, because you know what pink eye is, and I'm not going to get into it.
And y'all, you are not going to get coronavirus from the Asian Uber and Lyft drivers.
No, don't do that.
Who were born here and have not been out of the country
even speak the language that
in
they're
5
origins.
years. Like, people, come on. And people are canceling rides for
sad.
people when they see that their drivers are Asian. Stop that. Because guess what? You can get the coronavirus from someone who's not Asian, who may have happened to get it from someone who was in the area who's not Asian. This is not an Asian virus.
Right.
Let's get it together, y'all. Get it together.
What's on the docket next?
So, on the speaking of getting it together, Kenya Daly, no more.
Okay, so what does that mean?
So
y'all know I don't really be chiming in on some shit I don't know. I used to watch The Housewives. Sorry to those men.
I don't know these people.
I don't know those women.
I'm sorry to these people.
I haven't watched it in years.
So you have not missed anything.
I'm sure that's what's
however, okay. So I do see the stuff going around, whereas people are finding it really hard to feel bad for Kenya Moore. Mm-hmm. Because Kenya has been very savage. And I don't know if it's editing sometimes, but it doesn't look like it. But the consensus is Kenya's crazy. But sometimes you just have to learn to accept and understand people for who they are, mm-hmm. and know how to move with them. It's like expecting what you already know. Mm-hmm. Now, you can make the decision to cut out, I'm going to cut out the negativity in my life in 2020. You can't cut the negativity out in 2020 because negativity is inevitable.
You have to learn how to deal with it.
You have to learn how to deal with negativity. Right. You can choose how to respond to negativity. Right. So if I know that you're the turn up and there are several other areas that I do like you in, I don't mind hanging out with you in the capacity that I know that we can hang out in. Am I going to do the other things? Am I going to confide in you? Probably not. Am I going to tell you things that you can probably use as ammunition? Mm-hmm. Probably not. But if I see you in the club, we're good. Because you twerk, I twerk. You drink, I drink. We have fun. Right. Outside of that, get home safe, boo. We good. Mm-hmm. There's nothing wrong with that. So accept people for who they are, because they show it to you every day.
So what's Kenya been giving on this show?
She's been giving what she's always been giving, which is crazy.
Old Miss America diva.
So I think that it really stems from the parentals. the fact that
didn't her mama abandon her?
Her mom did basically abandon her. Mm-hmm. Her father, I'm not going to say abandoned her, but wasn't around. Right. So she was raised by somebody else. So ultimately, it could potentially be like a foster kid effect, where you feel, why am I not good enough to be loved? Mm-hmm. I saw a movie the other day on Amazon Prime. I know you have it. Mm-hmm. Instant Family. Watch it. Okay. Instant Family. It's amazing.
I'm on Queer Eye right now, so give me a second.
It's a movie.
I know, but I can't watch too much at one time. Queer Eye has me entrapped.
Queer Eye for the straight guy?
No, it's not. It's Queer Eye More Than a Makeover on Netflix.
What the fuck is that?
So I've been watching Queer Eye. So Queer Eye has like different series, because the Queer Eye now is not even the 5 guys that started it. But anyway,
really?
On Netflix, it's Queer Eye More Than a Makeover. Karamo.
Yes.
Jonathan Van Ness.
I'm boycotting it.
Why? It's so good. They're changing people's lives, and I'm crying every episode. Oh. But anyway, once I finish that, I can watch something else. Because then I had watched the Apple movie that you suggested, Truth Be Told.
Yes, Truth Be Told with Octavia Spencer.
Yes, with Octavia Spencer. That was great.
Yes.
And then I got to see the Queer Eye. But it's okay. I'll watch it after. But what's it about?
You didn't start the morning show yet?
Because the Queer Eye got me. They're the Fabulous Five. Yes.
Oh my God.
They wrap me in.
Be Simone, we love you.
We do.
So we're not stealing your stuff. Don't sue us.
Please.
But it's just really. So she's married now. Okay. And she eloped.
I thought they got a divorce.
So they filed for divorce. And they filed for divorce shortly after, apparently, Mark Daly, her husband's charity event in Atlanta for Black men. It was to mentor, young Black boys to, get y'all ass off these corners, even though that does feed families. So we not gonna not leave the reality.
So redirecting their energies.
So redirecting their energies and seeing that there are successful people who come from the same areas who are able to, get it out. So apparently over the course of this situation, it very came across to a lot of people that they can't stand each other.
Mark and
Kenya, that they can't stand each other, that it seems like he doesn't like her. She clearly loves him and would love for everything in the world for their family to work. But he doesn't seem like he got what he signed up for. I honestly feel like he wants a trophy wife. And a trophy wife, someone who's beautiful, someone who's more quiet, than more vocal, who allows him to be the person to make the decisions, who has dinner ready, who doesn't necessarily work.
That's interesting.
He gives me that. And that is nothing like Kenya Moore.
But Kenya's been on The Housewife for several seasons.
That doesn't mean that he watches it.
Okay.
He knows, he condones.
So they never got into a date where she's like, actually, I'm a reality TV star.
Well, I'm sure he knew that, but that doesn't mean that he's seen the seasons enough to fully see what he's gotten into.
Y'all gotta start accepting people for who they are.
But at the same time, he doesn't necessarily think that she perhaps shouldn't be in the drama. He don't want to hear about the drama because that's women's business. Okay. He's that type of guy.
He's like, whatever you do it. Do it. Don't bring it home. Got you.
I don't want to hear that. We can talk about that later. We can do all of that. Or when I'm
ready to hear it.
I don't think he likes the cameras in their lives. No, not even think. I know he doesn't like the cameras in their lives. He feels it's evasive. He clearly is a private person. He has several businesses.
And he don't want to.
They don't even live together. He lives in New York for most of the time. She lives here in Atlanta because, she has businesses. She has a house. So I think he really thought that he had signed up for someone who was going to either move to New York with their kid and be a housewife and be a Stepford wife. I think he wanted a Stepford wife.
Even though she's part of the Real Housewives of Atlanta.
She's a Stepford wife. Kenya is a Stepford wife, and I feel like she does want that, but she's also a businesswoman.
Right.
And
Here in
he
Atlanta.
doesn't want that. And you can tell. And I don't know if it's because they, Ken talks back because he calls her Ken. And, the other people would be like, ooh, when he say Ken, she quiet as a church mouse. Mm-hmm. So she tries to make it work, but he doesn't seem that he appreciates her. He doesn't recognize her. It just seems like how it is in some other cultures and how it used to be in the 50s that the wives are just, he seems like that kind of person, and that's definitely not someone who is for Kenya.
I wonder how long they've dated before, because
they've been allegedly together for almost 3 years, but they've been eloped for almost that long.
So they didn't know each other. They didn't even know each other. So it always boggles me that, listen, I know back in the day that couples who were together 30 days got married and were together 30 years, right? Mm-hmm. That's no longer our culture. You got to, what did Judge Maybelline used to say on Divorce Court? You got to look deep before you leap.
But you did, honestly, meet your husband.
I did.
And kind of knew that he was the one within, what?
So my husband and I met, and we moved very fast. Within 6 months, we were very serious, and then within about 9 months, we were engaged. And then
because he knew,
because we were at a place where we were dating intentionally, and very much for I'm dating to find my mate.
Exactly.
But I will say, and I say this with all love, you do learn your partner every day when you go so quick. And if you're not dedicated to roll with the punches, then you're going to divorce very soon. Baby, I could have divorced probably 2 years ago. We've been together almost 7 years now. I could have divorced 2 years ago if I wasn't going to roll with the punches. I think when you marry and you fall in love hard and quick, and you marry quicker or quick, I think you really have to think about how much investment it is of growing and learning that person on a daily basis, especially if they're in the limelight. Kenya Moore has never not been in the limelight.
But she wasn't on the Real Housewives of Atlanta. She was no longer on the show.
Oh, okay.
She left the show, she was fired from the show. I think she left the show, but she wasn't on the show. She just came back this season.
Because now they're divorced, and she needs that coin.
No, they weren't divorced during the season.
Oh, okay.
But this last episode that just came on, you could he was doing an interview, and she was like, "So how's the married life? Do you love it or something?" He said, "No, of course not. I hate it."
Wait. They asked him how they love them. He loved the married life.
At the charity on some camera interview, and he said, "I hate it." Everyone knows that.
Everyone.
So that's where I was like, that's where I want to feel bad for Kenya, but then I'd be like, but Kenya you
must got bad coochie.
I don't think Kenya has bad coochie. I think
that either go crazy
Kenya is an alpha female.
Me too, child. Cheers.
And with an alpha female, you need a submissive alpha male. You see what I mean when I say a submissive alpha male?
You need an alpha male who can keep you in check but allows you to be you.
That's what a submissive alpha male is.
And not necessarily submissive.
Who is trust me.
Right.
This whole time, these decisions that are being made, it's because I'm allowing you to
be
make
you
the decision.
Without going too far where I can't wrangle
until you start going over the cliff.
And you're like, okay, girl.
You're not thinking about me now.
Tap you on your shoulder. We got a kid and we got this and you acting a fool.
Rein it in.
Reel it in. This is not what I'm about.
That's what Kenya needs. A submissive alpha male. Mm-hmm. One who knows how to submit to the lioness who does the hunt, the kill, take care of the kids, but you protect the territory when you're doing it. Am
I Kenya Moore?
But you know what? You could potentially be Kenya Moore, a Kenya Moore personality type. Let me say that. Because Kenya Moore is a Capricorn.
Oh, definitely not Kenya.
You are something different, but it's both earth signs. But at the same time, your husband isn't a Mark. Because to me, Mark is callous as fuck.
First of all, my husband would. We would never be on TV, but my husband would never go into public and say, like, even if we were into it, he'd be like, "We gonna get into it at the house."
At the house.
He would never, like, I would be the one who would be like, "We gonna get into it at this Applebee's." Like, fuck that. Give me the 2 for $20 and a motherfucking round of shots, cause bitch, I'm gonna get sued. My husband be like, no.
Don't do that here.
She's just joking. We're gonna actually argue at home. So he's very much like, our business is our business, and we don't need to like broadcast that. So I don't know what Mark is, what signs he is, whatever his energy is bringing, but it sounds like to me that Mark never was really into it. Period. Because you would, if you love somebody, you had a child with somebody, even if you're not in the marriage anymore like you were before, I can't imagine going on TV and saying like, I'm actually miserable, and I want everybody to know it, including Mona Scott. I can't imagine like.
So he did apologize for the drama.
Was he drunk?
So probably, but no. And you know, drunk mind
speak a sober heart.
So he did apologize for the drama that's saying that he hated marriage.
But
not to Kenya's.
Who are you apologizing to?
He's sorry. He's sorry to, I guess, the institution of marriage.
So you apologize to the dictionary?
He is embarrassed about the drama that is set up. He said, he is saying sorry, but he is not saying sorry as it relates to being married to Kenya Moore specifically.
Well, I'm glad Kenya got her baby.
Because that, to me, that's all Kenya was looking for.
That's all Kenya was looking for, just like Khloe Kardashian.
But she said she was looking for a baby and a husband.
She was, but...
She was pushing too hard. It didn't happen organic.
Well,
and the thing is,
there.
when you don't allow something to happen organic, you are not your organic self.
And it forces it, and it's not going to go to where you want it to go.
And I'm not going to say Nene hit this on the head, because Nene get on my damn nerves.
But Nene is the one, though.
But
Nene
will speak how it is, even though she hits below the belt, how she says it sometimes. But she said that. She said Kenya is not who she is when Mark is around and all of them around. Because when he be like, Ken, no, we're gonna rein it in, and she shuts up.
She shuts down.
She was like, oh, she was like, Ken is a different person
than
Kenya. So then she was like, yeah, Mark keeps her in check. Nene said, no, that leads me to believe that Kenya has not been who she has been around Mark.
So Mark fell in love with Ken, but he don't even know who the freak Kenya is.
Because she's beautiful, she's smart,
and she can play the part.
She can play the part. She is a businesswoman. She has all of that. I just ultimately think that because she was so into trying to have a baby, and I get it because there is a clock, internal clock that is ticking.
Not according to Janet Jackson. It's all for you.
If there was a fake pregnancy, but
baby, no, she had that baby. That's just. Janet had that baby. She just had somebody else's uterus.
Yeah.
She was like, what you doing with your uterus?
One of those missing black girls.
It's all for you. With you. Baby, she done bought a 20-year-old
one of those missing
uterus.
Black girls. That's what
I didn't even hear you say
that harvest those organs. Y'all know that's real. And it's not for the trans people right now. Like, please. Like, God, that's not the reason. They're probably harvesting them for other women before the other people.
Jenna had her baby, but that's neither.
Okay, Beyonce did too. Okay, so moving along.
I don't think he fell in love with the king.
He did.
And I don't even know the backstory because I don't watch Housewives.
But you can get it.
But on some real stuff, I think a lot of people, like I always say, the first 6 months you are dating the representative of the person that you're dating, and then after that, that's when your feet start stinking and you can't hold your farts in no more, and you're like, oh shit, she farts. You know what I mean? So I think, I'm serious. I think after a while, like you either get to a sink or swim type situation with a relationship.
Should I be current?
No.
I'm glad that you actually said that.
Why?
Because there is a situation right now that's actually happening on the internet, and I really wasn't going to move into that as a buzz topic, but there's so much shit that has happened this week that has created all of these buzz topics, guys. So this one is going to be a little longer.
This podcast is called The Buzz. Because it's a lot of shit to get into.
This is how we're getting into it. So I'm glad that you said that, because you said that who you are when you are going into a relationship, I'm not going to say everybody, but who you are when you're going into the relationship may not be all of who you can be.
May not, that. But during the first few months of
your life. Is it a lie?
No, I don't think you should lie.
Hold on.
I think we present our best selves to be approachable and to be attractive.
So the reason why I say is it a lie, because is that the perception of whom they're getting?
Well, I would say, like, for me, like, first of all, I hate dating. It's the pits.
It's the pits.
It's literally the ghetto, and I'm not about it. If me and my husband don't make it, then I'm a nun.
That's what I said. I said if this last relationship ends, I'm
a nun who masturbates. Period. Like, literally.
I'm a nun who goes out on the stroll.
Okay, you're a whore. No, but I think, like, when we're dating, like, whether it's a heterosexual, homosexual, pansexual, there's a lot of things.
A lot of them. We can't list them. We don't have that much time.
Whatever type of relationship you're in, I think the first few months of the relationship, you do put your best foot forward.
Okay.
Like, you may not.
How many months?
I always say the first 6.
So.
I do. I say the first 6 months.
And I think a lot of people do that.
No, most people do that.
So a habit is formed in how many days?
28
to 30.
Right.
So, bitch, you done been a habit for 6 motherfucking months. And on the 7th month, you gonna show me a new habitat?
You talking about love is blind. And it will take over your mind. What you think is love, surely not. You need to elevate and find. That's my favorite Eve song, because she saw that.
Yes, and it's the SZA song. Where she said...
SZA? Her name is SZA.
You think it's a SZA?
No.
I think it's a SZA.
No. She definitely said it, though. Like, no, it doesn't matter.
Like Zaya.
No. See, Zaya, I've never heard Dwayne Wade's son say his name was Zaya, but I've heard SZA. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, God, we're going to cancel.
Oh, God.
Like, it's just new. I'm so new. I'm sorry, I'm not laughing. I haven't heard Wade's daughter. I say it out loud, so I don't know how she pronounces it. However, I have heard SZA say SZA.
So did Jif and GIF.
Anywho.
It's a GIF. I don't give a fuck about you saying it's a GIF.
I've never heard GIF except for...
The GIF guy who created it said it's GIF. Okay. It's a GIF.
It starts with a G, it's a GIF.
It's GIF.
Wow.
And for eternity. So, okay, SZA.
Either way.
SZA?
Y'all knew who
Which one is it?
It's SZA.
Svetlana. We gonna say
her name is Svetlana.
That's
so
what we going.
It says to be SZA.
Svetlana. Setza. Like Alka-Setza.
Okay.
So the song Garden, like that, is basically in the lyrics, basically is saying, I feel like if you find out who I really am, you'll never love me. And it said, I hope you're really who
You say you are.
You say you are because I love you for who you are showing me.
Well, a lot of people fall in love with people who they think they are.
In 7 months, could potentially turn into someone else. It's like, oh.
Before you even say what the actual topic of why this came up, let me give you a very surface example, right?
Okay.
And I'll use me. I'm being very transparent now. I just said, like, me and my husband, we courted very quickly. We engaged very quickly. We married pretty quickly in the standards of what people think, right? When me and my husband first, like, lived together, I found out very quickly that this Negro was nasty than a motherfucker. Like, and when I say nasty, like, you know, I'm not even going to say heterosexual, homosexual. I think men just don't have all the time have the inkling to want to clean as much as we do as women, right?
Period.
I don't think it matters about sexuality. I think men are just not as inept to be aware of cleanliness as women are, right?
Unless they're like some OCD germaphobe.
Unless you're OCD germaphobe. But if you're just like a normal man, no matter your sexuality, I think you're just not inept. So, like, my husband's beyond. Like, he's very much a bachelor. He still lives in the bachelor set of mine. And so I didn't realize that until, like, I was in love with him.
Okay.
And so what do you do with that? Like, once you're in love with somebody, it's hard to be like, okay, now his farts smell like fucking like pure fucking dog shit. Do I can't deal with this anymore. Or you're like, oh my God, he leaves his dirty, muddy boots all over the place. Do I say, like, I hate him? Like, I don't love him anymore. Like, are you able to overcome the things that you learn later after you fall in love?
That's when you say, I hate his farts.
But I love him in total.
You see what I mean when I say that you have to approach who people are based on who they are. And if you've accepted them and love them and choose to be with them for who they are, then there could be a factor or a situation or something about them that you hate that happened or that they do. But I love you enough to say I don't like that shit.
But I love you.
But we gonna rock with it.
But in the devil's advocate way of making that very, I don't want to say normal, but very like low situation in regards to what we just said, in regards to what the topic is, how does, after 6 whatever months of us dating, you say, me and you are dating, which clearly me and Star would never date, but me and you are dating, and I say, like, hey, you know, it's 3 or 4 months, and all of a sudden I used to eat vaginas. Like, how does that fare up? Like, I can't imagine. I think, like, within the realm of, like, revealing things that we have done, or like my husband, he didn't really reveal that he was gross, but like when we lived together is when I found out, like, oh, he's gross. Like, he doesn't desire to clean up. Like, I think it would have been a different conversation if I was like, we were dating for 6 months and I'm like, okay, babe, like, actually I've had a sexual experience with a woman, or I've been in a relationship with a woman, or I like women, or things like that. I think that would have been a different conversation for us to have, where it probably would take someone aback. Like, I can't imagine someone being just like simply okay with you revealing something about your sexuality. On the other end, I've never asked my husband how many sexual partners he's had, and he's never asked me. But I think you just assume that, you know, they've always been like different sex partners between me and my husband. But if my husband would have said, like, okay, I had one, like, we're in love at this point, and he's like, okay, so I actually fucked a dude at college, I'd be like, hold up, wait a minute. Pause. So explain that. You know, like, because that is
it's
no matter where the world
different.
No matter where the world is now, there's no way to deny that knowing something very abstract is surprising.
Yes. Surprising. Yes.
It's surprising. It is. It's not a deal breaker for a lot of people, but it's surprising. It's surprising.
So I saw a post.
Because how did you get to this point? Like, how did you get to the point where you were having, like, and I hate to say this. I think it's different for guys than it is girls.
I knew you were gonna say that
because let's be honest. Like I could be like, "Ooh, I made out with a girl in college," and my husband be like, tell me more. Was she in a bra?" Like very grease intrigued. Like very intrigued. Like please tell me. Let's actually use it for ammo for when we going at it. Like ooh, you know what I'm saying? Like,
but why can't you be?
I don't know why that is. But if I tell my husband I have had whatever relations with a girl, that will turn him on. But in turn, if my husband was like, I made up with a guy too, I'm like, hold up. Please let me roll up. Like, I'm not ready. That's just how society has kind of embedded into us.
So I saw a post that said black women. And I'll change that to say women. It's homophobic and biphobic.
What does that mean?
I know.
Bisexually phobic. Okay.
Yeah, I know. We haven't heard all of it.
Wow. We're making up words on the daily, ladies and gentlemen.
Biphobic, to not date a man just because he's bisexual. And then she said, follow me for a second. And she came up with a whole bunch of ideas and had a whole bunch of things that explain why. And if you'd like to go and see them, you can follow me along. Her name was at Sunny, SUNNYDAE Jones. That's her Twitter handle. And she had a whole complete thread where she was really discussing why it is homophobic and biphobic. And of course, that set off, a lot of people to discuss this particular topic. So she said it is biphobic for you all to deny the fact, because that's hence why a lot of people really ultimately lie about it.
Because they feel like they're going to be judged?
Because they feel like you're going to reject them.
Okay.
Now, people will disguise it as a preference. So we'll say, and I'm not going to say disguise it. I'm not going to say disguise. I'll take that back. People will say that it is a preference of, I don't want to be with someone who also likes men. And you could go with that. However, her standpoints typically gave you some good feedback as to why. Because how many people don't care about transgressions in the past because it doesn't have anything to do with you?
That's tough. It depends on the transgression, I think. I don't care how
sexual
transgression. Okay.
I ain't gonna say transgressions, sexual experience.
Okay. I think I don't care about how many sexual partners you've had.
Okay.
Me personally. But
would you ever think to ask, because he's into you right now.
Right.
And clearly he's not cheating. He's not stepping out. Right. He's not doing any of that. He's clearly into you. Y'all have no problems in the sex department. There's no case with that. And you knew that he had sexual partners in the past.
Right.
You assumed that they were all women.
Assumed, yes.
So why is it that if you found out while being in that relationship that one or two of the 10 partners that they had may have been male, that then they like, bitch, it's over?
I don't know. I mean, I can only answer for me. I think it would take me aback. I don't know if it would be a total deal breaker for me. But it would take me aback, and I'll be honest, I would have a lot of questions to say, like, how did you get to that place, and why did you come to this place where now you want to be solely with a woman? Like, I don't know why people are. I'm sure people decide to be bisexual for a reason of just being attracted to whatever. But I would ask, if I was with somebody who had in the past experience with the same sex, I would probably be questioning it. Just like I would question not only if you were the same sex, I would question like if you had some kind of really abstract sexual thing that you did with somebody. Like, why? As simple as this. You had anal sex with 16 women. I want to know, like, why you keep wanting fucking ass. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I would ask that because
But what if he's never...
But I'm saying... But what I'm saying is... What I'm saying
it's over.
It's over. No, what I'm saying is, if you've disclosed something that I've maybe never been into or have never done, I'd probably be inquisitive. Like, if you told me you had a threesome, right? Mm-hmm. And I've never had a threesome, I'd probably be like, well, what brought you to that place?
So why is the threesome... And you know what's so funny? Is that a lot of women are saying they never date a bisexual... But they are currently dating someone who's ran a train on a girl.
And I feel like that's pretty darn
That is bisexualism.
That's very fluid.
Because you was sitting there watching.
I mean, what do? You
sitting there watching and getting turns on.
I've only seen them on porn, so I don't know in real life what happens, but I feel like somebody's watching.
You're watching. You're looking at, he looked good. Having sex with her.
And I'm ready to also do that.
You are doing that. So, and I'm next. And I'm about to put on a show because someone's watching me. Ooh, y'all don't want to talk. Ooh, they don't want to talk about it.
How's that any different? I think what it bounds, what it winds down into is this.
Touch it.
You really have to. Pause to go down. So for me, it's like when you're deciding to date someone seriously, what you have to do is be as transparent as possible. Because for me, it's not the point that you're bringing up your sexuality or your sexual experiences. For me, it's like if you know that in our day and age that you're bringing up a sexual experience that is unique or different or abstract, then don't wait till I fall in love with you to bring that up. If you're going to bring it up, either don't bring it up or bring it up. Like, if you've been bisexual in the past or kissed a girl in the past or kissed a guy in the past or fucked in the past or whatever,
just bring it up.
Never
bring it up.
Fine. But never bring it up. Like,
okay, so then some people were like mad that if you don't bring it up, then you're not being your true self and you're being deceiving.
But do you bring up every sexual experience that you've ever had?
And that's where I was coming from. Well, if you don't, do you care about the body count or do you care about, the fact that they're, maybe it was a nasty, ugly, jalopy, sloppy bitch that he was fucking that be like, I can't believe you did that. Are you going to want to know that? But specifically because it's a different gender, then it's like, well, I feel like I should have known that. Although they're in a committed relationship with you, I don't have an interest in doing it with someone else because I'm committed and in love with you. Mm-hmm. But the fact that I didn't tell you that there was a different gender means that I was misleading you and I wasn't honest.
I mean, very true. It depends on your age, really. And when I say that, is like, it depends on what society has put on you. I think with Tony and I are about 4 or 5 years apart, something like that. But we're in the same age range of where society has put certain things on us that we just don't talk about or we're uncomfortable about or blah, 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 blah. But I think like the younger generation is probably more fluid and more comfortable. And the people who are older than us are absolutely not comfortable with talking about who, what's, when's, and why. I mean, granddaddy and grandmama was probably... Baby granddaddy had several families, okay? At the end of the day. So, I think it really just depends on the person. But at the end of the day, you need to be as transparent with the person that you're deciding that it's possible. But I don't think it really matters for me specifically. If I didn't ask about certain sexual experiences, then I can't get upset.
That you didn't tell me.
That you didn't tell me. I may be taken aback. I may be surprised. I'm not gonna lie. I may be turned off, right? But I can't be upset. And I haven't watched the Love is Blind series or whatever, but apparently the girl got upset that wasn't alluded to her. So,
well, I could see. So there was two sides where people were like, well, how's it biphobic? And it's like, well, the phobic part is because the reason why that you won't date someone is because you think it's gross and disgusting. Not because it's just not your preference. So there's a difference between the preference and then the phobic of it, because it's like, ugh, I could never.
Yeah.
So then it's like,
I think it's gross and disgusting to stick a dick in the ass, like a woman's ass.
Yeah.
Like, so if I think, like, you know what I mean?
Should I tell you that?
I'm saying, is that anophobic? I don't know.
A little bit.
Okay. Well, I'm saying, like, I just feel like it wouldn't matter what ass it is to me. Like,
it's the fact that you wanted to do
it's the fact that your penis has been in the ass. I don't really care if it's a man's or a woman's
and now it's in my vagina.
And now it's in my vagina.
I don't care if it was 3 years ago.
That's me.
I didn't really need to know that.
I'm just saying.
So I could see, I could understand that. And I said that, well, what happens if they decided not to tell you that because they know that they're with someone who they could see them spending the rest of their lives with, and you also see someone that you can see yourself spending the rest of your life with, up until the point that you found out that one time 25 years ago
a penis touched another penis.
And then it's like, then you're willing to be like, well, you should have told me that so you could have made the decision.
For what?
To what? Not live a happy life?
Yeah, I think we have to pick and choose our battles when it comes to stuff like that. I think, again, it's society and it's different ranges of ages. But for sure, I think society has put on, depending on the generation you come from, has put certain stigmas on what you should and shouldn't accept. But I think at the end of the day, there's people, and again, I'm not making, this is apple and oranges, what I'm about to say. But there's people out there getting verbally and physically abused and still with the people. So, like, it depends on what you can accept. But I think if you are in a relationship where you're not exposing or telling your sexual experiences to the full extent, then you cannot get upset when, you know, the experience that somebody decided to share is like, oh, it's a gay one. I wasn't expecting that. You know, you just have to, you have to decide. But also you do have the right to say, listen, that's not what I signed up for or whatever. But you really have to, you know, I think you can't be mad, but I also hate people say you can't be mad. Because you can.
You can be mad.
You can, but...
But then it's like, now you're going to just let everything go.
I can't imagine me letting everything go because of an
or
experience.
not even giving it a chance
or explanation
for something that could potentially be the best relationship that you could have ever been with. And people was like, well, no, because you should tell somebody, because there is people out there who will rock with you. Because you see it's people that are saying they will be okay with it, and you see it's some people that say they wouldn't be okay with it. But the thing is that you're not asking for details of what that person has done in their past with what you assume is women. So why not just continue to...
If you have deal breakers, I think you have to elude those deal breakers initially.
You have to come up and say that. You have to let people know, have you ever done this? But let me tell you what a person who's bisexual is going to say if they feel that you're the person for them. No. Because people do it all the time.
Okay.
Especially if it's not going to have an adverse effect on the present or the future. A lot of people feel like, why should I tell you?
Child.
And that's where you're getting into. So these conversations, these conversations do two things. Open the minds of people to say, I guess so. Mm-hmm. Because do I really want to know? Like, don't ask, don't tell in the military.
Right.
So then you have those people on the other end of the spectrum that's like,
Well, those people
I don't
teach
think
your nose
so.
up, period.
Which is going to make people say, see, that's why I won't tell you.
Well, honesty is the best policy, guys.
And that's where we are. It should be the best policy. And you have two kinds of people. Those who live in the world of should and those who live in the world of is.
Listen, I have one more topic that I want to get into, and then I'm going to make it very short and sweet because it's very short and sweet. So, we actually just discovered this topic within the last, few hours of us recording this. I had heard a little bit about it, but I got into it more when I came over. So the Honey Pot Co., and I had to explain this to Star because he wouldn't know what the Honey Pot Co. is because he don't need the Honey Pot Co.
I don't care.
He don't have a honey pot.
At all. And I don't want a honey pot. I've never wanted a honey pot. I don't dress in honey pot clothing.
Okay. We've just lost our trends.
No, but for the assumption that Wendy Williams, that because it's a gay male, that quit trying to want to be a woman.
Oh, no, that's not how that works. But anyway, the Honey Pot Co. is a black-owned company that specializes in feminine used products. So, pads.
Feminine used products?
Products that feminists use.
Not used feminine.
Not used. Not an antique
wait
store.
a minute.
No. Feminine, women-based products for the menstrual cycle and cleanliness of our reproductive area. I guess that's what I want to say. Anyway, so she does pads and tampons and things like that. She is blessed to be featured in Target.
So basically, stuff for y'all coochie.
Basically, stuff for our coochies, our honey pots. I love that, number one, I love that she calls it the honey pot because I think a lot of brown girls grew up calling their coochies, like he just said. Like, I didn't say coochies till I was much older. But I think we grew up calling our private parts like pocketbooks and honey pots and crazy things that our grandmothers like decided to disguise the real word like vagina in. So I love that she called it the honey pot. But she is featured in Target. And let me just say this. If you've used other products that were not natural and organic and you've decided to use an organic product, whether it's from the Honey Pot or another company, as a woman who hears this, you absolutely know the difference between a product that is naturally sourced from naturally sourced materials to a product that is not. It is an absolute difference between you using it, your body, how it responds to it, and everything. So this company, for sure, no matter who created a black or whatever woman, has hit the nail on the head as far as creating a natural-based product that helps our body do what it needs to do on a monthly basis, but still not change the balance and the pH and all those good things. So I'm sure all the men who maybe listen to this like, what the fuck are you talking about? But the Honey Pot Co. has recently released a commercial around Black History Month, which makes total sense because it's a black-owned company, black woman company. And as simple as this black woman who owns this company is walking through a Target down the aisle and admiring her product being placed on the shelves and simply telling her journey and her story of how proud she is as a black woman to be able to partner with Target and Target be able to empower her to put this product out and other entrepreneurs that may look or be like her. Simple as that. She didn't say this negates anybody. She didn't say this is only for this part, or only for this party or not for this party. She simply just told her story, her journey. This has turned into this product is only for black women, or this product is outlining that only black women can use it. I'm so fucking confused.
She didn't say any of that.
She didn't say not one thing about who can use this product. Besides, I think the only qualification that this product is deeming is that you got to have a pussy. And I don't even say that word, but I'm mad. I am so sick. Oh my God, I'm probably about to cry. I am so sick of us as black women having to share our space. Even the spaces that we didn't even say were solely for us, people have made us share. She never said that this space was not able to be shared with anybody who goes through a menstrual cycle, whether you white, black, Hispanic, or anything. But as a black entrepreneur, she shares the space of being proud that other women like her may be able to partner with a big brand. Target
huge brand.
Is the brand, baby.
Right.
Walmart is the thing, but Target is the brand.
Right.
So I am so sick and tired of us as brown women, black women, having to dim our lights so that others may not feel so dull. It's ridiculous.
Especially when you absolutely know the background and history of what's going on. You see Oscar winners and Emmy winners coming up, winning these awards and saying, we still don't get paid the same. You see people who go into corporate America as CEOs and VPs and different directors and things, and still do not make the same amount, not only as their male counterpart,
Right.
but then again
As
anybody else. So you see, you know that it's true. The data's there. The numbers are there.
So why make it a bigger
So
issue?
why pretend that it's not what it is? There is an opportunity for a woman of color who you know for a fact does not get the opportunities to have a business, let alone a brand inside Target, and not have Oprah debuted on her show.
It's literally beyond me, the fact that the same women who march beside us so it's March now as we're recording this, and it's women's month, and the national month for women that we highlight, like we did Black History Month last month. This is women. And it's beyond me that the same women who stand beside us at these women marches and say empowerment to this, empower to that, maybe the same secret women who are going on to these sites. So this woman has now, her company, several women has went on to her site, or several people, I don't know if they're all women, have went on to different sites and given her bad reviews because of this commercial, trying to end her success, which they're not going to do, because one thing I know for sure is that once you attack one of us, all of us kind of superpower up. We don't get together a lot on our own, but when you start attacking us, we go hard. Like, I went on Amazon and ordered as many honey pots, tampons and pads that I can. I don't even wear tampons. I'm gonna get them shits out.
Right. Don't let one of us say we need help.
Baby,
but then when we see something else, hold up.
I'm plugging bitches up like stopped up.
We do that now. We will say now, hold up.
But I think it's a little bit of a deeper issue for me when, and I'm gonna say this, and it's gonna shake some tables. But I'm gonna say this: white women, we're not your enemy. And I say that
they've never been.
And I say that because one of the several people that made the bad reviews were white women. I don't know what white women think, but black women are the least of your enemy. Like, we have nothing for you, nothing against you, nothing around you. The white women, and I don't know a whole bunch, but I know enough. The white women that I know have never at least portrayed to me that they felt threatened, and they get surprised and they listen to when I speak into a space where they're not familiar with, and I appreciate that. When they sit and listen, they say, oh my God, I now know why you're so passionate about you or how you look in the space that we're in. Mm-hmm. Like, why you make things so black and white. Right. Because it is. Yep. They understand that. And I think that's a very rare thing. And I think they still learn on a daily basis how a black woman, we're the bottom of the totem pole. Besides black trans women, it's black women. We've been the bottom, and black trans women just recently became the bottom, right? We have been the bottom. No one is more, like Malcolm X says, no one is more disrespected and more mistreated than the black woman. So I think when we get into these spaces where you are, whatever you want to call an ally, whether you're a black man, whether you're a white man, whether you're a white woman, Chinese, Asian, whatever, with a black woman, this black woman is saying, no, this ain't right. It should
listen to them.
It should be your due diligence to at least listen to them. Because we're not just being sassy and black.
You know,
this is not a movie. We're not being the help. We're actually speaking to a space that we get overseen in and we get oversaw, or our light gets dimmed. I can't tell y'all how much my light. I am 6'2". I am loud. I'm very smart, and I'm very verbal. And I can't tell you how many spaces I've been where people have been like, "Oh no, quiet down.
Right,
you're too loud. They don't want to hear you." So I think it's very important. This honeypot co-situation brings me to a point where whoever's listening to this, whether you're a black woman like me, you're a black man like Anthony, or you're a white woman like the white women that I know and the white men that I know, it's very important to not only listen to black women, but pour into black women so they can be empowered. So it shouldn't be where you feel like this black woman's success has ostracized you as a white woman. This black woman's success should empower you. It's as simple as
it's still a woman. And I love
making natural products.
And people have to just come to the understanding that, first of all, we're absolutely not looking for any sympathy.
No.
We're not. We
The
are.
commercial is. It
We're not
bothers me
looking
how
for
they got
sympathy.
mad.
We're looking for reality. And you know what it is. And don't pretend that you don't know what the struggle has been and what it continues to be. And if you like to turn a blind eye and you're one of those who's like, oh, why does it have to be that? You're probably part of the problem.
You're probably the same people who say all lives matter. We know that.
We know that. But clearly there's one section of some people that you kind of forget that matters too.
And I want to say this. I don't want people to think like we have to harp on the struggles of us and like, oh, we have to be this way because you guys have struggled. Simply this. If you see someone who's successful, no matter their color, empower them. Because at the end of the day, the Honey Pot Co. is not just founded by a black woman who's giving out products to black women. The Honey Pot Co. was founded by a black woman who decided to source natural feminine products for women. Period. So that the things that we're putting in and on our body does not make it react unnaturally. That's her purpose. That's her premise. And the fact that she's available in stores like Target where you can go on the shelves instead of where she started on the internet should empower every woman to surround her and empower her to be in Walmart and to be in everywhere. I'm just so confused why we took this as a woman walking through the Walmart, sharing her story with her, I think it was her husband and her mom that happened to be black, that this commercial was geared towards only black women. That is literally, it's beyond me. And we really have to do better. And I think it's not just like black women doing better. It's really the women that surround us and call us their allies. You have to do better. You have to really listen to us and empower us in the spaces that we're not seeing because it's ridiculous. But more power to her. And I'm finna buy all her products and I'm giving it to all the white women that I know.
And it's for everybody.
Because white women got coochies too.
And don't you get like, what is it, T-Shock from...
Okay.
from like tampons.
Well, she doesn't just do tampons. Now,
but I'm just saying, like, from those non-organic ones.
I'll close on this because, again,
I didn't have to
there's an absolute difference between natural source products that go on and in your body
and
unnatural.
That's what I'm saying. So y'all should be looking for something that's just like a natural.
Y'all should be looking for something that's
So
natural.
when you say something natural that plugs you up, is it like a stick?
No, when I say natural source products, a lot of products
made of cotton.
A lot of products that are unnaturally sourced have certain chemicals and things to to down the fragrance or the pH balances that women may exude. And so, that sort of thing, not to get too like TMI, but a lot of the products that our moms grew up on that pass us down, they have things in them.
That masks.
That try to mask things
that tell you there's something wrong with your coochie.
It's like a scented baby wipe. Like scented baby wipes ain't good.
They're not.
Because they got chemicals in them. You need to use a natural baby wipe. For the most part, you need to use an absorbed piece of water. Like cloth with water.
Can y'all have tissue in y'all bathrooms? Because people been lately be trying to just get baby wipes because they think that that's sanitary, and y'all know y'all butts be walking around.
It's a combo.
But even if it's a combo, but they be getting the ones for the babies.
No, they definitely have adult ones too.
Like, don't get those, y'all. Those aren't for you.
It ain't gonna get your stuff.
It ain't gonna get your stuff. It just smell like a stinky huggy wipe.
Okay.
It didn't work.
Y'all, I'm done with it. I can't. Empower black women, please. We need it. What's the fuck it of the night?
Well, the fuck it of the night is automated self-checkouts at these Targets and Walmarts and all Kroger's and all these other places. I don't work there.
I have two sides. Go ahead and say I have two sides.
I don't work there. Don't let me come inside the store and now I gotta shop around by myself, push the cart, and then I gotta stand in a long ass line.
I just snorted
to get to a self-checkout to check out my own stuff. I don't work here and I don't get no more discount off here. So why is the person looking at me? We don't even need these motherfuckers in here. Actually, just have a camera.
I think that's where they're getting to, unfortunately, is that they're replacing people with robots. But
we don't need to do that because then I still gotta call you over when I done scanned it too
check
fast.
my ID for my wine.
Like, I can't do all of that.
Now you over there kicking and giggling.
Give me some stock in this motherfucker. Y'all need to send me a W-2, a W-9, a 1044 form or something.
So I have two sides of it. Sometimes I do appreciate the fact
too.
that I don't have to talk to somebody because sometimes I'm just in here for a good time, not a long time.
Yeah.
I need to just get what I'm finna get, scan, scoop, in the bag, period, right?
As an option.
However, don't make it my only option because sometimes if I'm making groceries, that's not the right way. If I'm buying groceries and I have anything from household products to baby products to wine to all these different things, I'm gonna need somebody to ring this shit up. Cause what I'm not finna do, just like Star said, what I'm not finna do is wait on your stupid ass to come over and when they say see attendant or whatever it says on the screen, and you over there kicking and giggling with the bag on aisle 16 and we on aisle 32. Like, I'm not finna wait on that. So I like the option of being able to, when I have a longer process possibly, that you scanning everything, you can see my ID once and you could just keep on pushing.
And then they be having like 36 lanes
and
in the store, 2 open, and the rest is self-checkout. I can't do it.
The issue for me is that I feel like at the end of the day, y'all finna lose some of these jobs.
And that's what's happening because you're trying to say that the current administration is creating all of these jobs, but really your jobs is disappearing.
The jobs is Sophia the robot.
You better learn how to build a sofa. I was just looking for somebody who could reupholster the good bones of my sofa to something else.
So you looking for Jesus?
Well, he was a carpenter, and he saved the world.
You got to get back to the... I was just telling a friend the other day, like, we've gotten so far away from the basics of, like, jobs.
We don't know how to cook. We don't know how to build nothing. We
don't do anything that we used to do.
Nothing.
My mom knows how to change oil in her car. Like, we don't know how to do any... We don't have to do anything. We don't know how to change our tires. And I was like, people don't realize...
I know how. I don't want to.
Because people have gotten so far away from the basics, it's so easy to tap into that market of like teaching women how to change tires. Hell, men too.
No! Don't teach nobody how to. Don't teach a woman how to change a tire and then put it on social media, and then people assume that you wasn't showing her how to change a tire in case you're not around.
Oh, well.
Because people like, oh, he making her change the tire. Y'all think that that's what's really happening, or you think that he's...
I know how to change a tire because...
What if she said, let me do it because I'm still trying to learn how? Well, what if you're not around?
What if I'm not around you 24/7 and I don't want to wait on AAA for an hour and I actually just want to take these lug nuts off, jack this bitch up, and put a new tire on so I can get to the nearest whatever I'm going? Anyway, social media makes it so hard to just be normal. Like, so hard to just be simple. Not even normal. I didn't mean that. So hard to be simple. Like, god damn. We just want to be simple. Period.
We can't do it. We can't do it anymore. And people just won't. They're not going to...
Fuck it.
We got the internet.
Y'all be what y'all want to be.
You send me a robot. Send me an AI.
Don't send me no robot because that bitch might come in my sleep and kill me.
Well, I'm gonna risk it because this gonna put me in where I need to be.
Go get the self-check robot bitch and then you bring her home. Because I don't want no robot. Y'all, this was an interesting episode. Me and Tony started this off real tired and we pushed through because
our shit wasn't working.
But it's fine. That's how life be. I want to tell y'all that if you've heard background noise, it's because we living in real life.
And this is what it is.
Also, we have heard even the short time that we've been doing this, we've heard your I don't say your cries. We've heard your request to see us physically. And baby, I got on. No.
I ain't had no haircut today.
Right. But I will say very, very, well, I'm going to say very, very soon. Let's be real. Soon enough.
Sooner or later.
We will try to figure out some ways to showcase our faces and our expressions because I'm pretty sure hearing us is funny. I'm sure seeing us is funnier. So we will find ways to incorporate a mixture of listening and seeing at some point. So know that we have heard you. We're not ignoring you. Tony, okay.
Because I was really coming to say, and we appreciate your comments on YouTube.
He was going to YouTube, and now he's played the YouTube. But
go listen to him.
We really appreciate it, and we hear you. We love all the comments, all the feedback. It's been really positive. All the link ups for business. I'm like, what? So
like
we're working on also being able to not only just have y'all listen to us talk for damn an hour and a half, but maybe working with some small businesses who don't have a platform to showcase and tell about their business. Maybe working with those people too. So
and joining on the discussion.
Some guests. I mean, we got a lot of ideas that we're working on. So again, we appreciate y'all.
We're crawling before we run.
We are at infancy stage. Okay. We're at infancy stage, but we will become toddlers and then preteen. Wait, toddlers, then kids, then preteens, and then
watch your own kids.
Where does that come from? Not just out of everywhere, watch your own kids. But anyway, again, every Thursday, check us out. Sometimes we late than a bitch, but we try to make it on Thursday.
You know what I'm saying? And okay, so we got a synergy and understand what happened the last time, so we know what to do the next time. This is a work in progress. You guys are growing with us, and there's no problem.
This episode is
rough.
It's over an hour and a half, so it's probably gonna take like 2 days to upload.
And fuck it,
it's fine.
Because sometimes fuck it
just doesn't upload. All right, y'all. Bye.
All right.